Good day, good day.
Hello, everyone. Grand Rising.
Welcome, divine beings. Thank you for being here on Mothership Earth.
Yay.
Yay. We're here with our Love Temple update to share with you what our path has gone through since we let you know that the RV's motor was blown. Once we found out the RV's motor is blown, found out it's leaking oil in the pistons, that it pretty much needs the engine taken out. Maybe some mechanic can do something better, easier, but it really appears like the motor, the engine, needs to be taken out. And then that helped us realize that we don't really need the Love Temple on our path anymore. It opened up our path because our flow, we go with the flow, make plans and go with the flow. And our flow has been putting us right where we need to be when we need to be there. And now our flow is moving us from here. And our flow is going to be heading up north and first we're going to head west and then head up north from here to get on our path a little sooner because that's what it's telling us to do. And so we're flowing.
Yeah, and we've gotten a lot of messages from people offering us like 5,000 cash that day if we wanted, but we had a message from a gentleman that lives in New York, and he really understood the value, I guess, of what we've done with the RV. He knows about Quetzalcoatl that we painted on the outside, and he really like heartfelt wanted to get it. He had $10,000 to purchase an RV. But this one we were asking 10, and then the engine was going to be another at least that. So he didn't have the money, but he was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to see what I can do to talk to, his friends and family to come up with the money.
He wants the Love Temple.
Yeah.
He wants to continue on that path. He's a healer. He's a person that donates his time to help the people. He's the one that picks up the food they're going to throw it out and get it to the people that need it. He's the one that gives the rescue workers massages and things like that. He really wants to carry on our vision of the Love Temple in his own way and take that to his place, and he's heading that way.
Yeah. And so he was going to live in it and really like, I could tell when I spoke with him, his heart and where he's at. He's a rainbow warrior for sure. And I thought about it quite a bit, and this wasn't an easy thing for me. Sorry. Because David and I had my accounts hacked into. We lost some money in that process, and we might get it back. I don't really know, but it's not going to be for a while. And our funds were dwindling down, and we could really use this money to get us to our next steps, because we want to go to, Africa to learn Ibogas to help heal the people. And that's not going to be cheap, to the tickets and whatever else. I think, I can't remember exactly how much it is for the program to get certified, but that's another expense. And so we could have really used the money right now.
Because on our path of the Love Temple, we've been here to serve. We will move to Mexico to learn the medicine to help the people. And that led us to the Iboga medicine, which showed us how amazing it is and how much more helpful it is than everything that we've learned, and how powerful it is. And now we're really serious about learning this medicine and going to Africa and learning it so we can bring it back here and share it with the people. Iboga is such a beautiful, amazing healing path and healing tool that we can use to help the people in a whole nother level, in a whole nother way. Really help people learn a whole lot fast.
Yeah. Your spiritual journey, your health, everything is gonna get a speed bump, like super fast track with Iboga. And I can tell you that because this has been our experience. Like, I'm getting today, like, triggers were coming up for me that I didn't even know I still had. And David's like helping me work through them and like, okay, is this just a belief? Is this? And I'm like, yes, it's a belief. And I'm like, So, this is like a fast track to healing all those false programs that we adopt in our lives, and all this stuff. So we know too, physically, it's the father of all medicines. It has a masculine and feminine energy, where like we were being initiated to serve ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a feminine energy. It's called grandmother, and she's awesome and amazing and beautiful, and I love her, and I've learned so much from her. But when you have the feminine and the masculine together in balance, that is powerful. And that is really what's going to help transform all of us, humanity, really. And I believe that God gave us these plants because we don't have time. We don't have so many more lifetimes. Like, this is the time we're needing to level up, because this is the time that has been prophesied where we're going to be ascending, and it's time to level up. And we don't have all these lifetimes to
heal the lifetimes
of all the trauma. So we're giving these medicines to say, okay, here you go. You can heal this it's going to take longer than 10 days, but that's a start. I'm still getting some things to come up that are healing after the medicine.
But it's still working with you.
But it's working with me for 6 months, yeah. I had a super... So Iboga, once you take it, it works with you for 6 months. And like about, I don't know, maybe it was a week ago.
Pretty much the rest of your life, because of the differences and the changes that it makes.
Well, yeah. But the medicine's still like working with you as like... deeply working with you on a level for 6 months, where you're not supposed to do any other medicines because you're working still with Iboga. And I had like a lucid dream. I don't know if any of you have had those dreams where it feels so real that you cannot tell the difference between your dream and reality. This was my dream. And I was in this, we went to this place. It's hard to even describe. It was just, and I kind of got lost, and I was looking for my way to get out, and I kept getting blocked. I kept getting lost. And every time I was trying to find my way back to where, I was familiar with and what I knew, it was like I was getting blocked, and I'm like, what is going on? And often in these lucid dreams, I can fly. So I was like trying to fly, and I would get pulled back down, and I'm like, I know I can get out of here. So I was talking to these women in my dream, and I was like, don't you guys remember where we were from? And they're like, oh, she must have just done Iboga. And I'm like, how did they know? Like, it was just this crazy dream. And it was lucid, where I was completely aware. Like, I knew, this was like my reality. And I finally realized I am not going to get out of this. No matter what I've tried and what I've done, I keep getting like a block, and I'm stuck. And so I finally surrendered, and I said, okay, where's my room? And as soon as I surrendered, boom, I woke up, and I was in this room with David. And I was like, oh my gosh, because it was so real. And I was just like, wow, here, I'm back. It was all about the surrender. And most of us, we fight what is instead of surrendering.
And our path is showing us that all along the way, is that go with the flow. And that's what the Hopi prophecies were, that we all need to jump into the river and go with the flow. We're all going in the river. The river's going to take us there. You can try to reach for the edge and grab onto rocks and get hit by the trees and fight it. Or you could float in the middle of the river. And we make plans, and then we go with the flow. And we get some ideas of what we're going to do, and we go towards that, and then we go with the flow. And we're using our intuition to show us what we need to do next, and listening and going with the flow. And now our flow's taking us out of this desert city into the mountains, and I'm really happy and excited about that.
But our flow keeps shifting. First it was like, okay, it's going to be October, and now it's going to be sooner. And, it keeps like shifting on
First it was December, then it was November that we were going to go there. And then it was October, and now it's a little bit before October.
Yeah.
And then we were going to go to Africa for training next summer, and then it turned out to be maybe next spring. And now it's turning out to be maybe this fall
Yeah. We're talking like October, November, going to Africa.
to get our training, to be trained in Iboga so that we can come back with the medicine and serve it to you.
Yeah. Which that was not in our plan at all, because the island Mauritius is just off of Africa. It's not even far. And so
It's like the other side of Africa, but it's like
we
on
were
that side of the world.
Yeah, but we were going to stay there for 6 months to learn Sanskrit. We have a place to stay for free. Our Sanskrit teacher and his family, and they're like, "We're waiting for you." I mean, it's just the most beautiful hearts, you know. Whenever I talk to him, and he just says, "Oh, we're waiting for you guys," like with open, and it's so beautiful. And we thought, well, we'll just wait till after my daughter's baby's born, and then we'll go to Africa, learn the Iboga, and then to Mauritius, because it just logistically that would make the most sense. But we are feeling now that we're meant to go to Africa first, and so it doesn't really make sense, but nothing does
We can
except
go
change.
to Africa and then come back and then be there to help the pregnant woman and then have birth and help the baby.
My daughter,
Yeah.
woman.
The pregnant daughter. Help her with the birth, help her with the stuff before, and then help her afterwards. And then we can go to the next step.
Yeah. So, like, our path keeps shifting, and we're just like, and I know, you know, a lot of people have a hard time with change. It's challenging. Like, when I first told my daughter that I was like, well, it looks like we will need to come there a little sooner. She was super, super worried. She was in fear. She didn't want to ask her landlord. She was just like, you know, like, but then when she finally asked her landlord and it was no problem, she was like, oh, okay. And then it shifted again. It was like 1 week earlier. And I haven't even talked to her yet to know how she's handling that. But it's like, more or less, we're just going to be using it now as a storage space until, you know, and going to Africa for a month or plus, and then coming back to help with the baby. So
We're flowing. We're going with the flow. We're going where the medicine's guiding us. We're going to where we're needed. We're going to where and how we can help out the most. And that's we're going there. And so the medicine's guiding us to come to Africa earlier.
yeah. And one thing that I just wanted to share about this, Russell, his name's Russell, that we are gifting the RV to. Like, so many people are in fear. He had people like saying, well, are you sure that's the right miles on it? Like, are they, like, we're like, even if it was, I mean, we're giving this to him, and people are like in fear about him saying, oh yeah, this beautiful gift. I mean,
Yeah, we decided that we were going to give it to him. That part didn't quite get out yet.
Oh.
I just said it.
No, I did say that.
Okay.
I think. I thought I said it. We were going to give Russell the RV because he only had, you know, so then he doesn't have to figure out a way to get it. And we know that when you give, things come back. That's the law of the universe. You give, receive, give, receive. And a lot of people get just so stuck in, you know, holding on to things. When you let things go, you open the door and the way for things to flow and come back to you.
And he was praying and wanting to make it happen, and he was praying and searching out for people to help him make it happen. And then we're like, hey, wait.
We can be the people.
We can be the angels to help him.
Yeah. So, you know, and I this is some of the things that he wrote to me, because we've been talking quite a bit on Messenger, and he said he's running around during the day today making food deliveries. And then he had an event, but we could speak again tonight, make time. I'm super into sharing the story, paying it forward, and breaking the scheming chain of valuing money above people. He said, it's such an insidious dynamic these days, and I've suffered much with this exact issue within my own family. Putting income above doing the right thing. Everything comes down to honoring money above people, and that does great harm. He said it creates fear of not having enough, and that fear destroys a sense of well-being and trust that others have your back, and leads to endless schemes of how to turn things and people into profit. It's a mental virus, and I couldn't agree more. We have been stuck in this mental virus for a long time, scheming and thinking, how are we going to get more money, and how, and and this instead of and turning profit over people. We see it all over, profit over people, in the way the animal industry, all these things, profit over people. Well, when we finally awaken and realize that everyone is another you, maybe then we'll stop valuing money over people. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the love we have in our hearts and our relationships with people. All your stuff can be gone like that. Anyone who's been a victim of fire or, something like that knows. Material possessions, that you can enjoy them, but don't get attached to them, because you're not going to leave with any of it. You come into this world with nothing, and you are going to leave with nothing.
And so we've learned that, and we've been living that. And so when we left the Love Temple in Big Bear, we gave away some of our favorite things. We gifted it. And we know that as we bless blessings with our blessings, that those blessings that we give, more blessings come back so that we can bless more. And so it's just this circle now that we're in of blessing blessings with our blessings that bless our blessings with blessings.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going. We're jumping into that flow all together.
And then Russell said that a wise elder once told me, the value of your life at the end is the sum total of all the things that you have freely given away. And, a lot of times...
We're going to gather up a video later on this evening where we can go live with him.
Yeah,
we're going to do it
I really
on a different
want to.
platform and share it. And
Yeah.
we're going to have a talk with just us and him so that you guys can see where he's at and where we're at and how it's all flowing.
Yeah, I just wanted to share you guys with some of the things that Russell had spoken to us, because, this is the people that were talking to him after we finally said, you know what, Russell, we want to gift this to you. They said, be careful, it sounds sketchy. There's bound to be a hidden hook. No one does this. Something's not right. Check the gas pedal. They're lying about the mileage. Well, even if we we're just told them the engine's blown, what about the gas? You're going to have to get a new engine anyway, but why would we lie about that? It's so funny. I mean, I know people try to be helpful, but it's all coming from fear. This is all fear-based stuff. I mean, yes, David and I, we're different. We're different than most people. We do things differently. We look at everything different than most people. We haven't watched television or read the newspaper for years. We don't buy into all this capitalistic greed mongering, stuff. We just don't. And
we're here to be the change. They told me, they said, be the change you want to see in this world. And I've been doing it. And we've been doing it and working together, sharing our path and sharing our message and sharing what we've learned and learning what we can to help serve. We are here. We are servants. We are servants to you. And we have been learning all of this stuff and going through these things so we could help you. We've been going through these challenges and we've been riding this path so that we could share it and teach you and help you.
And I'm not even going to try to pretend that it's always been easy. I've been getting this medicine, the Iboga is bringing up these deep-seated,
your whole medicine path does that.
It keeps bringing up these triggers. And today I was so frustrated with, something I perceived that David said. It wasn't the truth, but it was my belief about what he was saying. And I was just like, oh, and I'm like, why am I still having these triggers? I have done so much work, but that's
life.
That's part of it, and facing those and giving him gratitude and working on healing them.
And we've been working in the last year with ceremony after ceremony, 3, 4, 5 ceremonies a month of different types in the last year to release that, to find those stuck emotions and to find those stuck situations and help pull them out and release them and set them free and set them go. And with the medicines, it's a little bit easier. On your own, you're talking lifetimes of therapy, physical therapy and head therapy, whatever you call it. But we found with Iboga, it's possible without going through all of that. It's possible to help clean and lift that stuff out so much faster and more efficient.
Yeah.
And we want to help you release what doesn't serve you. We want to help everybody. We're here to help everybody release those beliefs that don't serve you. Release those things that you're holding on to that don't serve you. By our example, by what we've gone through. And if we can help you, awesome. And if you want to not be helped, that's fine. If you want to drag yourself along the shore trying to reach for things that you think they should be, that's fine. We're all going to the same place.
Yeah.
But we're here to help with
Make
our
it
open
easier.
hearts
Yeah.
in any way we can, because we know what it's like. We've held on to some horrible stuff. We've been through some emotions and held those emotions.
We've been
and
through the toxic relationships.
We've worked on releasing that
Yeah.
stuff, and we've learned the best way. We've found the most amazing way, and right now, that way that we have found is Iboga. And so we're ready to go to Africa and take all that we have to go learn this so we can help you.
Yeah.
Because we've helped ourselves. And a little more help would be fun too. But we want to do this for you because we love you so much.
We firmly believe and know, not just believe, we know because of the path that we've been on with the medicine that we are another you. I am you. You are me. So when we help ourselves, we're helping everybody. But then when we help ourselves, we're also able to help the other versions of ourselves, which is what we're here to do, is to help each other. Yes, you can go with us. Melissa, you're always welcome. Anyway, you guys are all family. You're always welcome wherever we are. All of you.
Yes.
We love you.
Much love. Thank you so much for being here on Mothership Earth with us.
Yeah.
Walking it in this good way. May you have a beautiful, amazing day. Maybe you reach out to us so that we can help you in any way.
Yes, reach out because
we're here for you.
We are here for you, but it takes reaching out, right? We don't know always what everyone's going through until you reach out
And we're not
and
just
ask us for
going
help.
to push our beliefs on you. We're not going to push our lessons on you or push the things that we've learned or push our medicine on you. We don't want to help you until you're ready to ask for help.
Yeah.
We want you to know that we can help you and know that we're there for you. And then we want you to know that you're ready for it and that you know you could reach out to us.
Yeah.
And say, yes, I'm ready. When you're ready, when you ask me any question, I'm ready to give you that answer. I'm not going to give you any answers without the question. Oh, I got my videos and we share stuff and we share what we share, but
And
takes
that's it does take that. I've seen that because
Speak up.
years ago I was dating someone. I was still on this medicine path, doing ayahuasca and all these things, and his son had some major addictions, and he'd heard of Iboga, so he convinced his son to do this Iboga ceremony, and his son agreed, but it wasn't like he really wanted to. I guess he did it to please his dad more or less. And then he came home and he didn't shift. So these medicines, yes, they can help us shift, but we have to want it. It has to come from our own hearts, not from someone telling us, hey, you should want this. You're going to have such a better life if you do this. You have to want it. Nobody else can, you have to do it for you and for yourself because you want it. So that's what David's basically saying. And speaking of, I posted something about the dairy industry. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that video, but I am going to show you today, a little bit later. I might do it sooner than later. How to make oat milk from scratch. It's super easy, less expensive than any milks that you can buy in the store, and it has absolutely no preservatives or any chemicals in it. It's just oats and water. And if you want to add a little vanilla or sweetener, you can, but that's it. You do need to have a blender, and you do need to have some sort of a nut bag to strain it, but that's it. So anyway, I love you guys all so much, and we are here for you, like David said, anytime, but you have to reach out to us and be willing to do the work, because you have to shift behaviors and you have to do new things. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity. It doesn't happen, and it won't work. That's just crazy. So we love you so much too, Melissa. Love you, and love.
Yep, and with the oat milk,
Yeah,
you can pretty much make any nut milk the same way.
Yeah, hemp, oat, it doesn't matter.
But
All of
she'll
them
show
work.
you with the oat.
But I've been making oat milk. So I'll show you with the oat, and you guys can adjust it to whatever you want to make.
Yep.
With
And if
it.
you're just getting on, we recommend you watching the video from the beginning on our update. We're heading to Big Bear Lake on Tuesday. Going to be there for a few days, and we're heading up to Shasta for a few days, and we're heading up north. So if you want to meet us in Shasta or meet us in Big Bear, we'll be there serving in any way we can. We're going to go climb some mountains, go play at the springs,
And we will have some Cambo medicine with us. So if anyone, but we've been saying iboga. It is the plant, the medicine of all medicines from our experience. We've done every medicine there is, and this is the one that you would find the most transformation with. But Cambo is a good start to help releasing those stuck emotions
and stuck toxins.
It's
like
in your
a
body.
key that unlocks them.
Yeah.
And helps you be able to remove them yourself.
Yeah.
I would say the iboga more than unlocks them.
The iboga
unlocks,
releases.
it removes, it releases.
The iboga's
So.
like, I could feel it going through my body and healing it.
But we definitely can start you on your healing path in many different ways.
Yeah.
So
We spent this last year in Mexico learning the Cambo. So, we're ready and willing and open to serving anyone that wants to just start the process of releasing some of these toxins and stuck emotions.
and we maybe serve if the flow flows the way that it looks like it's flowing, we may be able to start serving iboga December or next year. So
Yeah.
get prepared, get ready, start take care of yourself a little bit better.
Yeah.
Love yourself a little bit more each day.
Yay.
Self hug
And reach out to us anytime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, love. Thanks, love.
Mwah.
Mwah.